everybody, it's Christine. I'm here to do my weekly wrap up, but this week it's going to be 2 weeks because I didn't check in last week. As some of you know, I've been under a tremendous amount of stress lately, so I have not really been in the mood to make videos. So they might be hit and miss in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see. So I finished reading Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. As most of you know, it's about a society that's about 300 years in the future, that everybody's considered ugly until they turn 16. And then once they hit 16, they get surgery to make them pretty. And basically, when you're pretty, all you do is party. Party, get drunk. And then it goes on, in ages, like you get to be middle pretties and late pretties and crumblies. And before you're 12, I think, you're considered a littly. And so I thought it was pretty good. I'll talk more about the other two in a few minutes. But I think I gave them all 4s, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's about Tally Youngblood, who, she's just about to turn 16, and she's really anxious to get her surgery. She wants to be pretty. And her best friend, Paris, had already been turned pretty. And then she meets up with Shay and finds out that there's another society called that wants to stay ugly for the rest of their lives. They don't want to have the surgery. And it pretty much goes from there. Then I read Dead to the World. I think this is book 3 or 4 of the Sookie Stackhouse series. 4. Book 4. And each one is a little bit different, so I'm not really going to give anything away by telling about it. This one's about Sookie, who comes across her vampire friend, Eric, on the road, naked, or half naked, and he's got amnesia, and she has to figure out how he got it, why he got it, what happened, like that. I think I gave it a 3 or 4. I've had a pretty good reading year so far, so everything's been 3, pretty much 4s. I think this one got a 4 too, or maybe a 5. I don't know. See, I'm frazzled. Sorry. Then I went to Wish You Were Dead by Todd Strasser. And this is about a bunch of school kids who are, I don't know if they're popular. But Madison helps run the safe rides. And her friend Lucy was at a party and got drunk, and they drove her home. And instead of waiting for her to get in the door, which is the requirement of safe rides, Lucy becomes belligerent and doesn't want to go into the house. So Madison and Tyler, I think his name is, leave her outside, and she gets kidnapped. And then while everybody's trying to find her, Madison starts getting these text messages that she's going to be next, her friends are going to be next, you better watch out. And it's a really good book. I didn't figure it out until the end. Then I went on to Pretties and Specials, which I just finished last night. I'm not going to say too much about it because it is a continuation, and the plot kind of is given away if I describe it. But trigger warning, they glorify cutting. I'm not going to be sorry for saying that because that was kind of a shock. And for people who cut themselves to feel better, this would be a major trigger warning. So I don't want people reading these if they have that trigger. So I'm not going to be sorry if that's a spoiler for you. It's not a major part of the book. Well, it could be considered a major part of the book. But I really don't like that aspect of these, and that's why none of these will ever get a 5 from me. It does kind of, well, I'm not going to say even that, but yeah, a trigger warning for that. And that's all I'm going to say about these ones. So what I'm currently reading is Extras by Scott Westerfeld. I think this one takes place, I just started it this morning. It takes place a little after those books. And it has a different main character in it that you don't even meet in these books. So it just follows Aya Fuse, or Aya, and all the technology's changed, and yeah, I'm not going to say anything more about that because that's kind of a giveaway. So once I do that, also currently reading. I'm not even going to go through my son's books because he's read like 6. We've read 6. But I started reading this book to him, and we realized that it's way above his head. It's not really a middle grade. It's for older kids. So I'm going to finish reading it for myself, but it's I Text Dead People by Rose Cooper. And so far it's just about a girl who moves to a new town because her great uncle has left the house to her mother. And apparently it's considered a mad manor. And she, on her way to school, the first day of school, she finds a cell phone. That's all I've got so far. So once I finish those 2 books, I'm going to go on to these 3 this week, hopefully. Scorched Trials by James Dashner. I want to continue with this series. I really liked the first book. So, yeah, we'll see about that one. And then this is book 2 in the trilogy by Todd Strasser, and it's Blood on My Hands. And from what I gather, all 3 of these books are different circumstances, not the same characters in it. So I'm not really sure what this one's about, but we'll continue with that one. And of course, I'm going to go with Dead as a Doornail by Charlaine Harris, book 5 in the Sookie Stackhouse series. I'm really getting a kick out of this series. I don't know if I'm going to watch True Blood. I don't get it on Netflix or anything like that, so we'll see if I ever watch it, but I know it's different from the books. So, and that's all I've got for you this week. I'm hoping my stress levels go down, but something major kind of happened on Thursday, so, and the kids had a PD day on Friday, so I kind of don't know where I sit right now with my stress levels. My mom's health is not the best, but it's not the worst. I had made a video on my other channel and things had kind of changed. I had misunderstood some of it. So that's kind of a stressor as well. Yeah, so we'll see how things go. I will continue to make videos, but they might be sporadic. I think I'm going to record my Tuesday Talks video today as well. And then we'll see where I go from there. I'm kind of hoping to be able to keep up my recording schedule. But please don't take offense if I don't make a video for a week or 2. Just know that it's because I'm under a tremendous amount of stress. So, that being said, let me know what you're reading this week, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Bye!